Let's see what you have to say. This alarmingly voluptuous woman, alarmingly voluptuous? Well, that's certainly a phrase you can use, has a thick mane of wavy, raven-colored hair, bluish skin, and shimmering crimson eyes, like rubies which have fires lit behind them. Though she is not beautiful in the typical sense of the word, her features are exotic and not altogether unattractive. Greetings. The woman's voice is deep and sensuous, and my greetings to you, sir. Her burning eyes roam over you. I'm Kasai Saris, so tell me, what might I do for you? Anything, Morty cries. Do anything you want to me. Kasai laughs heartily, revealing canines long enough to be considered fangs. She shakes her head and smiles at Morty. Truly though, please, what can I do for you? Well, what do you usually do for patrons? Talk, of course. Usually about dreams, often those erotic in nature, but not always. Kasai winks at you, smiling. So, would you like to tell me yours? Don't be shy. I've heard everything. You know. Nothing will shock or surprise me, and I so love to hear people's dreams. We can trade if you'd like to, but you must go first. I don't have dreams, actually. Kasai arches her eyebrows in surprise. Truly? How sad. Even fiends and divas dream, you know. Are you certain you don't? Quite certain. No dreams at all. Too peculiar. I'm at a loss as to what to say. Well, I did have some questions. Kasai blinks her crimson eyes at you, awaiting your questions. I've spoken to 9 prostitutes altogether. Do you know who or where the 10th student is? The 10th? Kasai purses her lips, tapping her foot as she thinks. No, there's only 9 of us. There's always 9 prostitutes, unless Mistress Grace has made some recent changes I don't know about. What can you tell me about the silent prostitute? Yes, that's Echo. She's very sweet, but so quiet. I understand that she said something once, which caused some great tragedy, and because of that she'll never speak again. Kasai shrugs, smiling. An interesting enough story, but I don't know if it's true. Try asking Delora. I've seen her talking to an ex-lover of Echo, back from a time when Echo was speaking. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be?
My journal.
No, I don't. Kasai frowns. Most of the women will say she's prissy, but she's always been nice enough to me, complimenting me on my eyes, and she smells so good. I hope she finds her own scent again soon. Try asking Nenny about it. She's everywhere at once and might have seen something. I'm trying to find Marissa's Crimson Veil. Do you know where it might be?
My journal.
No, I haven't seen it since the last time she wore it out. But Nenny might have seen something, so try asking her. I'll admit it's been nice. Marissa won't leave her chamber without the veil, and so we've all been spared her foul tongue, leaving us only Kamashki to deal with. That Kamashki's the worst of the two, though. How so? Marissa's haughty and mean, but Kamashki, she's a bitter, spiteful monster of a woman, with a venomous tongue and the demeanor of a bowler. I can't see why anyone would like to speak with her. I sincerely doubt her appearance makes up for that flaying, poisonous mouth of hers, but she receives patrons nonetheless. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? No, nothing. Are you sure? You seem suddenly upset. She narrows her red eyes at you. Of course I'm sure. Don't ask me of her again. Very well then. I have a hunch. Okay. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? Oh dear, yes, I had heard about that. Most unfortunate. Did you ever have the exquisite pleasure of breathing in that scent of hers? The armoire's drawers seemed to shudder with delight. Absolutely wondrous it was. But sadly, no. I know not where good Lady Vivian's scent might be found. He could be lying to me, though. I'm trying to find Marissa's Crimson Veil. Do you know where it might be? I heard she used to walk about in a Crimson Veil, but that she was recently taken to her room and darkened it. I did not know what had occurred. So this veil of hers is missing, then? Okay. I've spoken to 9 prostitutes altogether. Do you know who or where the 10th student is? There is no 10th student. What is this rubbish you speak of? Why do I have a feeling Fall from Grace is the 10th?
Alright, done.
Okay, I can't really talk to you without appeasing you, although I'll probably want to talk to your lover directly. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? What? Oh, I just can't. I can't say anything bad about anyone. I'm just no good at all. I'm just no good at it. It's not bad to point out a thief, Nenny. Oh, but I don't know if she's a thief. Nanny bites her lips and looks at you with pleading eyes, as if she just wishes you'd leave the topic alone. Look, why don't you try and say something not nice about her? Oh, alright. Nanny puts her hands on her hips and frowns deeply, almost exaggeratedly. You resist the temptation to laugh. Ooh, I dislike her very, very much. She pauses for a moment, then looks at you out of the corner of her eyes, as if gauging your reaction. Was that convincing? No, not really. Nanny frowns. I know I wouldn't be any good at this. As she looks up at you, depressed. Do you know how hard it is to say bad things about someone? It feels so wrong. Why don't you practice on me, Nanny? I suppose I could try. You big, mean, nasty brute. She puts her hands on her hips. Meanie! She looks at you. How was that? Put more accent on brute. You big, mean, nasty brute? Better. Now hit me. Nanny clamps her hands over her mouth, looking shocked. Oh, I couldn't. I mustn't, she blinks. I just want to hit somebody anyway. Go ahead. Do it lightly if you have to. Remember, I'm a mean, nasty brute. I deserve it. Nanny slaps you. You barely feel it. She still looks shocked and frightened she hurt you. Oh, I'm sorry. Did that hurt? Tell me you're okay. Don't break character, Nanny. Come on, show me what you've got. You can say something bad, just let it all out. Oh! Nanny draws her tiny frame to its full height, balls her hands into fists, puts them on her hips, and scrunches up her face into a cute scowl. Okay, now I'm resisting the temptation to laugh. Oh, damned be you! You deserve that for all the indignities you put me through, going out late at night. Her eyes roam up and down your body, getting into fights and getting all scarred up. What are the kids gonna think, Excellent. Oh, don't you excellent me like I'm some backlicker looking for your approval. I am my own woman, and this woman is about to walk out of your life unless I get some solid commitment. Calm down. Time to let go of some of that anger. Nanny sighs tiredly. Whew, that was easier than I thought. No kidding. And I'm sure I'll do better next time. I'm so excited to have learned something new. Thank you. Sure. I have a feeling that's gonna lead me toward evil, but whatever. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent.
Updated my journal.
Maybe. I saw that mean Marissa sneaking out of Vivian's room one night. Now, I'm not saying she took it, but I know Marissa's not a very nice person, and that sounds suspicious, huh? I'd go ask her about it. I'm trying to find Marissa's crimson veil. Do you know where it might be?
Updated my journal.
I'll bet I do. I saw that nasty Kamashki Hattertongue sneaking out of Marissa's room one night. They're both meanies, you know, but Kamashki's really awful. Anyway, I talked to her first. Okay, that was interesting. I honestly didn't expect that, and I almost wish I had gone for the kids line. Oh man, there's so much to this game. You think you settle into a pattern and then everything goes crazy. I was told you were seen sneaking away from Marissa's chambers recently. Is that connected with her missing veil somehow? Kimashki flies into a rage. Who told you that? She suddenly falls silent, glaring at you through narrowed eyes. If I was there, Burke, I didn't take her filthy veil. Search my room if you like. I get you sniffing at my breeches, though. I'll see to it you're never allowed in here again. Why would anyone ever sniff at your breeches?
Updated my journal.
Beats me. Someone's nicked more than a few pairs of them, though. My favorite leather brassiere, too, with the iron studs. Okay. It doesn't tell me too much, but I suppose I can ask Marissa about stuff. See if I can get anything out of her. More pointless questions, Marissa. I was told you were seen sneaking away from Vivian's chambers recently. Is that connected with her missing scent somehow?
Updated my journal.
Marissa says nothing, though an angry hissing issues from the dark around her. Yes, I've been known to creep into Vivian's chambers for some of her perfumes, though I doubt you meet another here who hasn't. If you're implying that I've got her personal scent, well, feel free to sniff around. You'll not find it on me or at my chambers, I assure you. Perhaps whoever took my crimson veil took Vivian's scent as well. Okay. Well, there's Vivian.
Done.
Maybe Delora might know something. Okay, so it looks like I'm not getting anything out of you until after that's resolved. Maybe I can get some stories out of you. Hmm. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? Okay. So it looks like I'm being led in circles for that. I'm trying to find Marissa's Crimson Veil. Do you know where it might be? Marissa's an interesting tale. Would you hear it? Yes, go ahead. Once upon a time, in a world of heroes and a time of petty, childish gods, there were 3 sisters. Cursed with a hideous appearance, they were considered demons by the people of the land and forever shunned. One missed her sisters terribly, yet left that world with its shame behind, but exchanged the pettiness of a pantheon for the pettiness of self. Let's see, is there anything? Okay, then. So, looks like I'm not getting anything direct out of that. Maybe I can speak to Fall from Grace about it.
How may I help you?
I had some other questions I wanted to ask you. I spoke to 9 of the 10 students as you asked, but I could not find the 10th. And you could not find the 10th student? How curious. I'm thinking the 10th student is me, in which case I have spoken to all of them. Very well. And your thoughts? Let's see. I have learned what it means to aspire to be a sensei, and that it is better to go in search of experience rather than have it come to you. Fall from Grace nods. Very well. I will travel with you if you still desire my company. I do.
Oh, Mistress High and Mighty, you'll be joining us. What do we need her for?
Couldn't possibly
I
understand.
wish she would fall from great height. I might even bump her off myself.
Oh dear. Anna, you are silly. Okay, so let's see. What are you exactly? Fall from Grace's diary. Huh. I have a feeling I don't want to read that right now. Well, let's see. Statistics. Okay, so you are a healer. Let's see. Where would your spell book be? Okay, so cure light wounds as you would expect. Protection from evil. Oh wow, you really are. Well, this will definitely... Ooh, call lightning. I like this. And remove curse. Speak with dead. Flame walker. Okay, that's useful. Very useful, in fact. Alright, I have a party member. Yay. Okay, so now I finally have a healer after 10, 15, 20 hours, something like that. So, now next question, what do I want to do to try and... Let's see... Maybe if I went to talk to whoever it was again? Huh. What, is everybody outside now? I guess so. Kimashiki said someone's been taking things from her room too. Have you seen anything on?
Journal.
Then his eyes suddenly go wide. Oh, that's right. You know, once I saw a man sneaking out of Kimashiki's room while she was out talking to a patron. I watched the front doors all that day, but he never ever left. Isn't that odd? I don't think he could have made it out a window, and so I never figured out where he went. And then I totally forgot about it. Weird, huh? Come on, get inside there. It's not that hard. And then he told me she saw a man leaving Kimashiki Outertongue's room. I think that was you, Louise. You think? Think? How could you be so alarmingly rude? What? What is wrong with me? So alarmingly rude, so ludicrously presumptuous as to spout forth such an accusation without being absolutely certain of your charges. How dare you, impertinent, brassy cur! Why I ought to... As Luis rails and curses, his drawers open and close. You notice a small bundle of crimson cloth tucked alongside some clothes. The repeated opening and closing of the armoire drawers make it difficult to grab, however. You stand poised at the edge of the armoire. It creeps grabbing on and on, but it never seems to stay open long enough for you to grab the cloth. You simply cannot move your hand quickly enough to snatch open the crimson cloth from within Louise. The most you could accomplish would be getting your fingers crushed. The door remains closed. You hear it puffing and wheezing from the exertion. Go away, you barbarian! Give me that crimson cloth, Louise. Shan't! Won't! Never! Oh, please stop that rubbish. It is quite tiresome and transcends all known meanings of the word boredom. Stop! How tediously dull! You're making me quite drowsy. The armoire yawns, exposing the crimson cloth where it rests smugly beside some undergarments. You dart your hand in and seize it before the drawer can close itself. Tucking it away, you notice that it's perfumed with a light, exotic, and most pleasant fragrance. Damn it! You rogue! Blackguard! Scoundrel! You give that back this instant! That's not yours! That is an exceedingly personal garment that belongs to a lady of this establishment, and they would not appreciate you fondling their private things. Oh, but it is alright for you, you wooden pervert? I'm not doing anything so criminal and malicious as you are. I am merely soaking in sensations necessary to my growth as an individual. Yes, yes. Farewell, Louise.
I'm gone. I'm gone.
I am thoroughly unconvinced. Also, since that I'm on the subject, I'm thinking given the number of magi and overall weaker characters I have, it might be a better idea to just stick with what I've been doing as a fighter. Because I want to actually make sure that I'm upping my attributes where I can, and it seems like the fastest way to do that would be to stay as a warrior. So, I think I'm gonna revert back. I'll make a backup save, so... Yeah, I'll make this save before I do it.
What is your will?
At the end of your sparring session, you find yourself slipping into the mantle of the warrior, easy. Takon slides his blade from his grip and rests it on his shoulder. You learn quickly. When war comes, it will find you ready. Wonder if there's anything else I can get from anyone else. Hey, what do you want now? Are you alright? Anna just glares at you. Why don't you ask the stuck-up boobas your questions then? Anna's eyes narrow to slits. Why are we even traveling with her? We don't need her, we don't. Anna, I need all the help I can get, including yours. You're a stern, shriveled liar, you are. You only let me tag around with you because you don't know what else to do with me, you don't. Why do you... didn't you mind? Just tell me to push off as soon as Ferod made me your minder. Because... do you think I like traveling with you? Do you? 'Cause you... Anna's face wrinkles in disgust. Your life, if you could call it that, is a right mess, like your skin. All cut up and scarred. You think you just have some big meeting with the fates of destiny, but you don't. They're just a mess, you are. Anna, I didn't ask you to leave because I didn't want you to leave. Oh, aye. And why is that then? This should be rich, it should. You pity me, is that it? You think I slow you down? Go on, say it. I don't pity you, and you don't slow me down. You're quick, you're skilled, and I really need all the help I can get. Anna frowns, her tail flicking back and forth. Aye, well, no, I'll gut her if she starts sizing us up for a feast, I will. She glares at you. And don't get any ideas I'm staying cause you'll want me to. I'm just helping you out, I am. Okay, what else am I gonna get?
Yes?
How did you come by the name Fall from Grace? The meaning of names is a complicated subject. There is much to be said, and a great deal is better left unsaid. Is Fall from Grace your real name? Perhaps. She smiles slightly. Perhaps not. There are names which are given and names which are earned. Who is to say which is the real one? I think the name which is earned carries the greater weight. That may be so. Why do you think that? Because a name that is earned is not arbitrary. A name that is earned tells of what you've accomplished. Grace nods. Your point is well taken. So why are you called Fall from Grace? Would it matter? She smiles. It is an earned name. It matters to me. I would like to know how you came to be called that. I have fallen from my people. Some would say risen from my people, perhaps, but fall feels more right to me. She looks at you questioningly. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. After all, fall carries with it an underlying sense of loss. Fall from Greece is silent for a moment, then nods thoughtfully. Yes, perhaps that is why I felt as it did. I came to terms with the loss long ago, but the name has remained. Are you sure you've come to terms with it? Fall from Grace meets your gaze, and you are once again struck by the brilliant shades of blue in her eyes. It is turbulent, like the ocean before a storm. I had thought so, yet in speaking to you, you have caused me to realize some things. You have my thanks. Well, if you want to talk about it, let me know, alright? You are most kind. I will do so.
Yes?
I'm not... Do I want to talk about our companions? You know what? I'll save that for later when I can afford Anna to be persnickety. Well, more persnickety anyway. Actually,
I'm
wait.
gone.
Didn't I get everything else, though? Did I only get the veil? Well, let's go return the veil, and then we'll see to everything else. And if I need to go bother that guy again, then hopefully things will work. I'll get it to work out. Actually, I've brought your crimson veil. Then would you please hand it over? Of course. Here
Updated
you
my
are.
journal.
You hold the crimson veil before you, and if you feel her take it from your hands. Ah, yes, much better. Two shining points of red light appear before you as she opens her eyes. So that's what you look like. Perhaps I would have been better off with my eyes shut.
In knowing the teachings of Zerthamon, I have become stronger.
Not a whole lot of emphasis put on the knowing in the voice acting. Maybe I am overstressing it. Okay, so you're also lawful good and you're a sensei. Well, lawful neutral, but you get the point. Okay. I'll have to go check your spellbook. Okay. Fist of Iron. Only the nameless one? Huh? This spell gives the caster's Fist S the strength and durability of iron, turning it into a living weapon. Oh, I see. It's something I got from Kuisai. Okay. Meanwhile, I guess... Actually, this is all stuff from the Disc of Zerthamon, isn't it? And now you can use the Axe of Torment. What is it exactly? As if from the depths of Bator, torment shall be brought upon your enemies, and with time its strength will only grow. A mystical giant battle axe. Strikes a specified individual target for 1 to 8 points of damage. Addition is the final blow. The axe will cause a magical effect to occur at random. Extra damage, paralyzed, A's, and at level 9 plus, the following new effects can occur. Extra fire. Whoa, that's quite a damage spread, and quite a lot of damage in the meantime. I'm gonna have to keep you around to calm. Meanwhile, where'd everything else go? Vivian greets you with a light half-smile. Had you any luck in finding my scent, perchance? In a way, I believe it was on Marissa's lost veil, which I returned to her. She has
Updated my journal.
For the briefest of moments, Vivian's eyes smolder with rage. Does she? We shall see about that. Do not move. I shall return shortly. Well, that's a lot of experience. There, that solves that. That hideous witch, always stealing my perfumes, but never did I think she would have the audacity to steal my own personal scent. She suddenly shakes out her crimson hair, and in a moment you are surrounded by the most intensely exotic and arousing scent you have ever had the pleasure of smelling. That smells... great. It does not? She smiles at you. And, as you have done a favor for me, I wish to perform one for you. Stand close to me, scarred one. You step closer to Vivian. She takes your hand and, turning it over, takes a single cautious sniff of your wrist. Phew! She wrinkles her nose. Vinegar? Vinegar! Or embalming fluid? Here, I will remove this smell from you. She mutters a few strange syllables, and a light tingling sensation spreads over your skin. In moments, your chemical reek lessens substantially. There, how was that? People should be less eager to avoid conversation with you now. Yay, charisma.
I'm gone.
Slowly but surely. Okay. So just one more thing to see to.
Done. All right.
An ominous silence hangs over the Omwar. There is no reply. You're certain it's still Luis. You can practically feel the hatred radiating from the wood, but he won't speak a word to you.
All right.
Why am I not surprised?
Done. Done.
Now, what else is there to be done? But how do I resolve that quest then? Okay, so it looks like I'm not getting anything
I'm
more
gone.
from that.
Done.
Maybe Juliet knows something? Oh, but... No, I've got a few more minutes. I might as well look and see if I can get any information from Montague. I think that's where I want to go first. Step 1, visit the Civic Fest Hall and talk to Montague about what's going on. It almost looks like Flux is activated on my computer, but I just realized I don't have it on my computer right now. Now, where's Montague?
Done.
There you are. This handsome young man seems lost in thought, his brow furrowed in slight frown. All your base have belonged to us, and a slight frown upon his lips. Greetings, and to these, sir. Hail. What dost thou wish of me? Are you Montague? I need to speak with you about Juliet. Oh? Okay, I'm not willing to go that far. I don't know. It doesn't seem right to do that. I don't know. This doesn't seem right. You know what? I'm gonna stop here so that I can think about whether or not I really want to do this. So, I'm gonna get on with that another day. So, hopefully I'll have a few other interesting things to look at and maybe figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do to progress the story. And this might end up being a point of contention when I look on this for the review, because I like the idea of exploring the world, but I feel like being so convoluted to where I have to explore everything is just It seems like it's overly complicated, and you don't really need to force me to explore the world. It's interesting in and of itself. And it feels almost as if the game is going to punish me a little bit for not exploring every last crevice. Because from what I looked up a little bit online to see what I need to do next, and I didn't see too much, but all I saw was art gallery something or other. So that's where I'm going to be looking first, and maybe figure out, and then something from the Curiosity Shop. So I think I'm going to figure out what exactly from the Curiosity Shop, and then use that as an opportunity to explore the art gallery. But the problem is, man, if I hadn't stumbled onto the Sensorium, I don't know if I would even know to go looking for Brothel, or how exactly to go about that. Something to consider. Either way, I don't know if it's even a good idea to look things up, but you know what? This is my game, I'll do what I want with it. So, thanks for watching anyway. Hopefully, having Fall from Grace along will be interesting, and I'll see you all later.